Good day and welcome to my channel where we make civil engineering and structural engineering design simple. Here we talk about how to effectively do our construction on site. So today we'll be talking about if your area is prone to flood, is prone to water, is a waterlogged area, what do you do? So that's what we'll be discussing about how to effectively build in a waterlogged or a flood prone area. So my name is Olodu Keonyedi and I'm your host. So if you are here to subscribe to our channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. So if you bought a land where it's prone to flooding, is a waterlogged area, the first thing I would advise you to do is to do a soil test in that area. That's the first thing you need to do to know which particular foundation you'll be using. So if that has been done, your soil test has been done, you know your soil bearing capacity, the next best thing to do is to get a surveyor. I can't ever over emphasize that enough. Get a surveyor, and the thing the surveyor will do is to get your road level. If you've achieved the road level, the next thing you do, if you are trying to build in let's say during the dry season, so you've not seen how the rain is, your best bet is to look at the surrounding area where the flood line is. If you check the surrounding building, you see your flood line around those areas where the water rose up to. So that is where, if the flood is above the road level, then your DPC should be at least 300 above the maximum flood level. So by doing this, your surveyor can tell where your road level is and how you need to go about it. So very, very important. So the next thing you need to do, let's assume it happens that you went to that plot around the rainy season, which would be the best. Like a project we just encountered, we are trying to build during the rainy season, and we experience the level of flood in that area. We experience the level of flood in that area. So if you look carefully, the roads that we just showed now has been covered with water. It has been covered with water. This is the road level that my surveyor was. And if you look carefully, the flood water has covered the road. So what do we do here? By based on, then if you pay attention to all this area that is above the road level, so this will give you a clue on what you experience if you don't follow this thing that I'm telling you. So if you notice, every other area below the road level was flooded. Every area was flooded. So what do? You must get your DPC above the road level. You must get your DPC above the road level. So this is very, very important. Your road level, then please pay attention. If the road level, if your road level is below, if is below the So if you look carefully, even as the excavation work was ongoing, you find out that the pits were covered with water. They were all covered with water. You keep excavating even when the grounds were all dry. As you dig deep because of the water area, you keep seeing um, water coming from the ground. So how do you handle that? That is the reason for this video. So that is it. If you look carefully, the whole ground is dried, but as you keep digging, you keep experiencing water. So what do we do? The first thing, you need your pumping machine to constantly pump out the water. Very important. Constantly pump out the water so that you can have a dry ground a bit for you to walk. Very important. So for that type of area, for an area that is waterlogged, I wouldn't advise you to use blocks to do the foundation and to raise the foundation up. I'll prefer you do a retaining wall, or you do a ground beam, as instead of using the blocks, whatever height you are going, either you do a beam, reinforce the beam running around, or you do a retaining wall, depending on which of them. If the ground is solid, if you've done your soil test and your ground is solid enough to carry pad, do your pad, but instead of tying your pad with normal block, doing the trench with blocks, I will advise you to do a retaining wall or a beam, a ground beam tying the the structure to prevent water from going, and your retaining wall or your beam must be higher than the road level. Very important. Your retaining wall must be higher than the road level, which is very, very important for us. So, if it comes to the mixture, what do you do? There's this, either you get a waterproofing powder, there's a waterproofing cement, but what I normally use is this Dr. Fix It. And there, if you read through, the mixture is one pack of this, I think, 500 gram. It should be like 500 gram, can be mixed with one bag of cement. Very important. So know your mixture. One bag of this is a pack, mixed with one bag of cement plus the mixed ratio of of that. So whenever you are working in a waterlogged area, this is a must for you to use. It may not be exactly this Dr. Fix It, whatever water resisting admixture that you know of, you should get it. But I use this, and I'm okay with the results I'm getting. Then the other thing I will strongly advise when mixing is stone dust. Normally we mix with granite sand, and that's the mixture we do. But for a waterlogged area, I will encourage us to add um, stone dust to it. It makes it harder and very good. Plus that mixture. So if you've done that, and the last thing I would also encourage is the water mixture should be very small. If you look carefully, like this water now, if you mix your cement, your concrete mixture with enough water and you pour here, it will be very weak. So as we are pumping out the water, when it gets to almost a dry ground, because the water will be coming from ground, you do a very light, you add very little water. Then as you are mixing and the water is coming out, it quickly mix and hardens it up. But if you mix with the normal water ratio, plus this water coming in, it will affect your mixture. So what I encourage is you can do a dry mix at first, mix everything dry, then you add little water when mixing inside when you are trying to pour inside, mix it with very, because this is the volume of water that is being pumped out. This is the volume of water that is being pumped out, which is quite much for if you're mixing one bag of cement or whatever you're mixing. So I will encourage every one of us to follow that. Then if you still have any question, please feel free to um, put it on the comment section and we'll be glad to respond to you. And whatever it is you want us to explain further, we'll be glad to do that. But if you are yet to subscribe to our channel, please hit that subscribe button and we'll be glad to send more videos your way. Until we come again next time, I say remain blessed. Thanks.